Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. I don't know if you've experienced this problem, but I'll go into a store looking for a product, for example, and this is the one that kind of inspired this. I use a face wash made by Nivea. I think it's just Nivea Men's Face Wash is what it's called, or something like that. Maybe it's hydrating face wash. I don't know. It comes in a blue tube. Went to look for it the other day. One of the stores was out. That happens from time to time. They don't carry a lot of bottles of it when I need it. Went to Walmart. Well, there was a tube that looked similar, but it wasn't exactly the same. It wasn't the package I was normally looking for. So I'm like, well, this looks to be the only thing they've got in this. I'm gonna buy it and see if it's right. And lo and behold, it is, because they changed the packaging on the product. And I realized there are lots of reasons why they change packaging. Fewer colors on a logo, fewer colors on a box, on a tube, on a whatever, to make it cheaper to manufacture. And the shape of the container is now slightly different. It was a little bit taller, a little bit leaner in the tube. Now it's shorter and squatter. Not by much, but just enough to be noticeably different. Perhaps it costs less to fix that. I don't know. But I just wish there was a way that they could flag us that says, new packaging. Sometimes they will. Sometimes new packaging will be mentioned and they'll show us that. But a lot of times they don't. I've seen it happen with all sorts of products I use. And again, I understand from a marketing standpoint why they do it. But from a consumer standpoint, I don't like it when they do it. And then when I opened up my face wash, I noticed it didn't smell quite the same. The formula is similar, but the products, which is supposed to be the majority of what you use in a product, is the first thing mentioned, and then in terms of amounts of usage. And glycerin used to be like number 2. It was like the second most used item in manufacturing of it. And now glycerin was like 5th or 6th. So obviously they changed something. But don't tell me new ingredients, just try to trick me a little bit. Again, try to make it cheaper. I fully understand. I know how this drill works. I don't like it. I'm not gonna like it. I will learn to deal with it, though, until I find something else that replaces this. And this face wash I use now replaces 2 other face washes that I used to use that both they stopped making, went out of business, changed formulas and didn't like the way it worked anymore. And that's just face wash for an old guy. A lot of old guys don't use face wash, so I know I'm in the minority here. I'm barking up the wrong tree. But it's still frustrating when products you come to depend on change. And again, I understand freshening up the look of things. I've thought about freshening up the look of the face of the Road Warrior video blog. Heck, for example, my podcast. I've been using the same image on my podcast since I started doing it back in like 2011. And that picture is actually from back in like 2007. So I'm now using an 18-year-old photo, and have been using an 18-year-old photo on my podcast. And I've thought about, well, why don't I change it to make it look more representative of who I am today? There's only one problem with that. You might not notice it anymore. Nothing will have changed except for a picture. So I thought to myself, does it really matter that I change it? I think we all know the answer to that. Back next week, another Road Warrior. KevinMason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. Facebook, YouTube, like, comment, share, all those good kind of things. Appreciate it when you do. Back next week, on the road again. Thanks.